which I now have done. So today we are doing Pilates and we are using our broom handles. Hopefully you don't have any weight on one end to make you feel unbalanced, because obviously you're going to use it because rotation has been what has been a big part of what we're doing this week. So we're going to use the bar to improve our rotation through our torso and lifting up. And hopefully some of you have been doing the wake up to yoga rotations this week. There's another one going on YouTube today, which is the second part of the rotation workout for this week. So while we're just all getting ourselves ready, just put your pole in front of you and just lift your heels up and down. We just want to get a bit of blood flowing around the body in time for us to do this. That's it. Then I just want you to pretend you're walking. I'm just going to turn this music down a little bit. As wonderful as it is, it's supposed to be background, not taking over. So while you're just doing this movement here, and then just shake out your feet. Just shake them out. Perfect. So I just want you to put your broom handle, and I just want you to slide the broom handle down your legs and then back up again. So we're just mobilizing at this point. So your feet are hip width apart, and we're just doing a squat, and we're just using the bar as a guide. So I hope you're looking as patriotic as I am today, because it's VE Day today. So I'm in my red, white and blue shorts. So bring back memories for those of you if you catch up with this later on YouTube. Fantastic. And up. Doesn't matter where the weight is, we're just mobilising. Perfect. Now take it behind. Turn your palms of your hands and imagine you're just sitting on your bar as you come up. So push against. So you're doing some nice squats, and you feel it stretching a little bit through the back of your calves as well. Now I want you to bring your knees forwards when you do this. Often I don't tell you to do that, but I want you to bring your knees forwards so you can feel that stretch through the calves. Now come down, hold that position. I want you to feel it here. Sit on your bar, so you feel quite comfortable. Back is nice and safe. Feel that lovely stretch through your calves and through the slayers. And then lift it up. Now bring the bar back, the broom, push and come forwards and roll. And then come up. So now it's a different feeling. Now we're stretching out through the back, coming down, and then coming back up again. Let's do a few more. Push, so this time we're pushing it this way, rolling down and coming up. So we're using the bar as a support network as well. Roll over the bar, stretch through your back. Fantastic. It's nice, isn't it? And then bring it up, shake out your legs. So now we've got our bar nice and big. I want you to take it back as far as you can and up. Try and take it back as far as you can with your arms straight. So I actually could have done with slightly longer piece of wood, because when I take it all the way over, so some of you now, see if you can take it all the way over. Yeah. Now if you can't take it all the way over, just do it like that. Yeah. And what are we doing? We're mobilising through the shoulders and stretching out through the chest as well. Fantastic. Now here, now we're just going to do a nice rotation. So again, just breathing normally, chest is up, shoulders are down, and we're just mobilising. So this is great. Now some of the movements, a lot of the movements, sorry, we're going to do today, we're going to be doing them standing. So as long as your blood pressure is okay, what you need to do is every so often you just need to move your feet and your legs around if we're stood for too long, and just allow everything to move, otherwise you might feel a little bit dizzy. So we're going to basically put our feet so they're hip width apart. We do that by bringing our feet into a plie position and take the heels out. We now know that our feet are hip width apart for each one of us. We're then going to get our little bar. We're going to put our thumbs on our outside of our thighs, and then we take the grip. So we're going to lift up and back. So I'm going to show you from here. We lift up and back. So you can start feeling it stretching through your abs now, yeah? So you're on my red side of my hair. The other side's the blue. Lifting up and back. Nice and easy, yeah? Now if you haven't done Pilates before, we do what is called a lateral breath. Take a big breath in and you breathe out as you come down. Breathe in and you breathe out as you come down. Then when we're also breathing, we pull in through our belly button and through our pelvic floor. We just tuck it in a little bit. So that is called a lateral breath, and by pulling in through your belly button and through your pelvic floor, you have the engagement around your core that is necessary for you to be doing a Pilates movement. Right, so you can bring it down. So we can do the same thing this time. We're going to inhale, and when we get to the top, we exhale and hold it. So we're going to inhale, hold, exhale, inhale, lift, exhale, hold, inhale, lift, and exhale, come on down. Nice and simple, yeah? So again, if you need to shake, always just go back into this position. You're already holding onto your bar. So we're just trying to open up through the torso here so that we can get better movement when we go into rotating. So we're going to roll the shoulders back. Big breath in. Exhale, hold. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, hold. Inhale, lift up a bit more. And exhale, come down. Yeah, so can you feel there's a lengthening going through the body? Should we do it again? Remember, you can shake it out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hold. Inhale, lift. And exhale, hold. Fantastic. Well done. Shake it all out. Brilliant job. Now, take it so it's on the wide bit now, and we're just going to bend, come up. So it's a side bend. It's not a rotation, it's a side bend. That's it. So we're going to do a similar thing, but what I don't want you to do is I don't want you to compress down here. So as you come over, I want you to imagine like lifting over the neighbour's hedge. So it's a really good one for today. It's VE day, so you're going to be talking to your friend over the hedge. Yeah, so there's not compression here. We're still allowing the spine to have a gap between it. So with that in mind, let's go. We inhale. We exhale, come down over the hedge. We inhale, exhale. Same again. Inhale, exhale down. Inhale, hold. Exhale, come up. Let's do it again. Inhale, lift up a bit, and exhale, come down. Inhale. And exhale, come up. Let's do the same again. Inhale, remember to lift up a little bit. Exhale, come on over. Inhale, hold. And exhale, come up. Bring your arms down, because it doesn't matter what type of broom handle you got, it still feels like it's quite heavy. So what we're doing there is as you're breathing, you're helping to expand through here so you've got far better for your breathing, yeah, when you're breathing in the daytime, but also because you're bending and you're using a little bit of gravity as well to pull you down, you're doing a strength workout as well with that side of it. Fantastic. So Now we're going to move into our rotation work. It's nice and simple to do. So even if you've not done Pilates before, what you've got is you've got your bar. Now, how do we hold it? What length do we have it in? Because obviously we're going to go into a position here that is quite wide, and we need to all be as wide as our arms or letters. So what we do is we bring the bar into our hips and we bend forward. So you've got the bar like that. You then take your arms to the furthest end of your bar. Now I've got very long, I think my arms are quite long. So I'm at the end of my bar and then I come up. Then I know I'm in a good position. I'm opened up through my chest. I then go into this position with my feet facing forwards. So we're holding onto the bar here. Roll the shoulders back and down and relax through the shoulders. So what we're going to do is we are going to do a rotation, but we're going to try and imagine that we're going up a spiral staircase when we do it. So we're going to inhale, lift up the spiral staircase, exhale, come round. Now can you see that I'm actually, my legs, my bar or my broom handle is in line. Inhale, exhale, come back. Inhale, exhale. So basically you have no choice. Your arms put you where you are. If you can only get to there, that's fine. That means we need to work on your upper body rotation as well, and then bring it back. So this is why it's quite important sometimes to have a personal trainer that does that's Pilates qualified, because obviously you may not know where you need to work, which area you need to work and how to get it more supple, and this is what we're here for. Yeah, so remember, we inhale, exhale, rotate, inhale, exhale, rotate. Right, so there should not feel like there's any compression through the vertebrae at all, because you're lifting up as you exhale. Now while you're in that position, can you feel it here? Some of you might feel a little bit there, but that's probably because you're very tight through your back. So what I want you to do is release through your bottom as you do it. So let's all go back to the center again. So inhale, lift. Exhale, rotate. Relax the butts. Yeah, look at the difference, yeah? All of a sudden you'll feel it move. Now I felt that move immediately up there, but I'm still getting that stretch there. Inhale, and then exhale. So you can be carrying on doing it. You don't have to do it at my pace. Brilliant. So can you feel that? So that's where it is there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go heel, toe, bring the feet in a little bit more. So what we're doing is we're slowly using different parts of the body. Same thing again. Spiral staircase. Inhale. Exhale. Now if you notice straight away, you can take this back arm further. And notice how my broom handle is coming further forwards. Inhale and exhale. So that's what we're aiming for. Inhale, lift, rotate on your exhale, hold, inhale and exhale. So also you're going to be noticing that the twist with the rotation, you can feel a little bit higher. Inhale, exhale. Relax that butt at the back. Inhale. Now a lot of you are going to feel this movement here where you do have a bad back. Right on that rotation point there. That's it, and forward. So just do a few more. Inhale, exhale, rotate. Now what else are we doing? We're putting in through the pelvic floor a little bit, in through the belly button. And then back. Inhale. And exhale. The other thing, as you notice, yeah, so bring it down, is because we're in this position, it's very hard to move through the hips, which is perfect, because we're then being able to rotate through the back. Heel, toe, a little bit more. Same thing again, nice and long. It's very simple, but really, really effective. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Yeah. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. So this really helps with the rotation through the torso. You just carry on doing it through the torso, especially if you have struggle, even things like I'm always going on about seat belts and things like that. But also what tends to happen is when we do a rotation, If the rest of the body is really hypertonic or tight or hasn't been released, you tend to then hurt the area that moves the most, which is called your pivot point. And then back, one more. Perfect. So you can also feel you're stretching through your hip flexor as well. Right, now we're going to go to hip width apart. So we bring our feet together and come back out. We're still in the wide position. We're just resting it on our body, just so that our arms are in a good position to be able to do the rotation. Inhale, lift up. Exhale. Oh, can nearly get that all the way around. And you notice each time, and you've also got this as an aid. Inhale, exhale, to push this front arm further round. And you can feel it each time you're doing a bigger rotation. Inhale, exhale. Without putting any strain on yourself. Hips are still facing forwards, guys, yeah? Yeah, it's amazing what you can do with a broom handle. You know, one of the things about this whole lockdown thing is we've had to be really sort of inventive, haven't we? Because a lot of us, as we know, the whole world wanted to buy fitness equipment. And by the time us lot got around to it, there was nothing left. And that goes for me as well. Excellent job, fantastic. So, what we're going to do before we do the last thing, can you feel it here? Yeah, it feels a little bit, a bit tight. So we're just going to do that one we did before, where you bring the broom handle in and you just roll over, and just release it. Because what you're doing is you're moving a lot of those muscle fibers, so you're stretching them, but you're also getting them to contract and work, so you can feel it in your lower back. Some of you might be lucky and you can't, but for most of us that have had issues in the back, and we all will, anybody that's had any children, that's had to lean into a car, whether you're a granny or whether you're an auntie and you've not, we've all at some point had to turn and twist into a car. What is it like getting a baby into a car seat? You're literally having to turn, buckle them in, aren't you? Yeah, it's not the prettiest position in the world, is it? So, next one, feet together. Now be careful with your balance. Remember what I said, if you feel dizzy at any point, just to shake out. So, here we go. We've got more movement through our hips. Inhale, exhale, and rotate. So now this arm is almost coming round the other way, isn't it? Oh, I started on the other side as well, didn't I? So we inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale back. Inhale, exhale. Feel that through the ribs. Inhale, and exhale back. Inhale, and exhale. Fantastic. Brilliant. So now we're just going to put the post a little bit further away to keep your feet together. So I want you to push your hips out to the side and then try and come over and touch your pole. Look up under the sun, lift up out of your ribs, just look here and just breathe. In. Feel that stretch all down here and then bring it up. Let's do the same on the other side. I'm just moving. You can do that too. Push your hip out. Come over. So you can feel like there's a lot of work going on in your back there. Maybe take some breaths. Inhale and exhale. And again. Perfect. Yeah, shake it out. Let's just release through the lower back again. Come forwards. And just tuck under, or you can hold on to your bar. Pole. I do that because we use a bar in class. And then we just roll ourselves up and shake everything out. So having done that with the bar wide, we now need to do it with the bar at hip width apart. So let's go into this position here, feet hip width apart. Let's go into it. grab hold of the bar, bring the thumbs in. We're going to start with our feet together. We're going to roll our shoulders back and down. We're going to inhale, exhale. Remember, you can use your hand to bring and pull that arm a little bit further. Inhale and exhale. Do the same on the other side. Inhale, exhale. Try and be nice and tall. Inhale and exhale. Let's do it again. Nice and tall. Inhale. Oh, yes. And exhale. Inhale. Yeah. So once you're in this position, do another inhale and then bring it back. So let's go into our hip width apart. So we're doing it the other way around now. So we haven't got the wide, we're bringing it in. Inhale, exhale. So you're more restricted, well I am certainly with my breasts. I'm bringing it back. It's like, damn, they're in the way. Inhale, exhale. Oh, see now, what we're finding now is we're finding this is moving more towards the front. So whereas when it was wider, it was very back dominant. We felt a little bit through the hip flexors, but we certainly weren't feeling as much up here, whereas now we are. And remember with Pilates is all about structural realignment. So we are hopefully getting everything. So if you're a little bit kilted, a little bit down on one side, because maybe you're on a computer, we're trying to get everything to work in unison. And this is why we never rush a good thing. Right. Let's go a little bit wider. Now this time we're going to turn our feet out a little bit. So we're back into this position here. Inhale, exhale. Yeah. So here I can feel it here and along there. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. So exhale to turn, inhale then to work. It's magic. And exhale back. So we'll just do a couple more on each side. Breathing in through the nose. Yeah. And remember also, pulling through the pelvic floor, pulling through the belly button. Perfect. Well done. Shake it out. Shake it out. Excellent job. Excellent job. So now what we're going to do is just, because you feel like a bit tight through here with all those rotations, we're going to work a little bit through the hamstrings. So what we're going to do is we're going to have nice straight legs, and we're just going to bring the bar as low as we can. Now bend your knees slightly. Now go a little bit lower and see if you can put your feet on your little bar, and then just, you don't put your fingers underneath it for goodness sake. And then just, you can use that just to pull you down a little bit. So what we've got is got slightly raised up front feet. So we're not only getting a good hamstring stretch through here, I want you to bend your knees forwards a little bit, get a bit of a soleus and calf stretch as well. Some of you might find you can straighten your legs. Don't worry if you can't. Can you feel how tight those are? Now that will make your back more tight as well. Just roll your feet away from there. So now we're just going to go into a little bit of a rotation. So this is, just hold this position, the little French position. This rotation position is a yoga one. So you're going to bring your elbow so that it's on the outside of your knee and bring your hands together. But you're going to bring your hand behind your back. Now you're going to push your arm against your leg, lifting your top shoulder. Just hold the position. So you're resting nicely. You can rest on your thighs, that's fine. Lifting up. Now some of you will want to do this, you can. And it's a twist. But we're nice and low in it. So what we're doing is we're doing a bit of a rotation, bit of strength work, bit of a stretch. Just hold. Then we're going to come back. Now we're going to place our hands on our shins. We're going to try and straighten our legs and just come down again. So we're just trying to bring the body down. Don't worry if you have to have bend in your legs. Then we're going to bend the knees forwards, and we're going to do the same on the other side. We're going to place the back of the elbow on the outside of your knee. You put your hands together, you bring your arm, take it behind your back. It's the dog dropping a bone. Lift your shoulder back. And then if you want to, you can lift your arm up into the air, pushing your elbow against your leg. Try and stay stacked. Now what does stacked mean? That means your ankles are together, your knees are together, so they're not in different places. They're all parallel and together. And then come back into this position. Now what I want you to do is to bring yourselves slowly onto your knees and back into child's pose. Now with the child's pose, we're now going to hold the two movements for 2 minutes. The same movement, obviously. I just want you to bring yourself into child's pose, into this rotation, into a twist, and just hold it. Now you can close your eyes if you need to. You can go back as far into the child pose as you want. Just breathing nice and slowly. So how do we get a little deeper into this? You can actually, if you ever use a pillow for your head. Trying to get the shoulder on the floor. See if you can get your feet so that they are hip width apart rather than put together. Just try and relax into the pose. So how can we do that? We can focus on some breaths. So let's take some really deep breaths in. Count in maybe for 8 breaths. Then maybe 10 out. Brilliant. Just keep going. And the thing is, when you're holding something this long, try not to sort of think too much about how uncomfortable you might be, more about let's try and relax a little bit. If you need to wiggle around, that's fine. Just use your breath as your focus. Just take your mind off it and see if you can let go. If you have to move, I'm quite often a wiggler. And then bring it up. And then we're going to do the same on the other side, so I'm going to turn around, coming down. Oh, this feels like my good side, this one. So if you want to put your elbow down, lift it up. Let's just have a nice rotation stretch. Give yourself some time, breathing slowly. Breathe in. Make sure your feet are hip width apart if you can. Remember, you can make your knees out a little bit wider if you need to. But the focus is also on the rotation, so you can reach forward as much as you can. And just focus on your breathing and letting go. Any tension. Remember, you can come right back into child's pose if need be on this. I'm trying to get my shoulder down so I can't get quiet and do both at the same time. Less than a minute to go, guys. It's quite hard having your feet out. My feet feel like going in all the time. Breathing slowly, letting go. That's it. Just keeping an eye on the stopwatch. and slowly coming up. Let's just mobilise to finish for today. Coming forwards and backwards. Backwards and forwards. Well done. Let's do a little bit of a rotation on the legs. Done a lot of standing today. And rotate the other way. Do the same again. And the other way. Place your hand by your ear. Let's just mobilise up. All around your back should feel so much looser now. Do the same. And also remember, you know, Pilates is a very good preventative, so it's also good for rehabilitation. It's a good preventative, but it's also very good, like somebody like me, does a lot of exercise, and often I can get a bit dominant on one side, and it helps balance me out. So I'm not, you know, I'm not one leg dominant. I can get both legs working and functioning together. Slowly bring yourselves up onto your feet. Yeah, it's party time now, isn't it? Well, maybe it's a bit early, but yeah. Down and up. Down and up. A few more. 3, 2. You'll feel like you've done a bit of a workout. Well done, everybody. Have a wonderful Friday and a wonderful VE day today. And let's remember, if it wasn't for those guys, we may not even be sitting in lockdown here. We might be somewhere else. Goodness knows what would have happened if we hadn't won the war. Anyway, well done. Have a fantastic time, everybody.